What's up everybody, Tony here for a special holiday themed edition of Super Saiyan Review Super Saiyan. Why is that, you ask? Because Christmas has come early for Dragon Ball fans, for reasons I'll get into soon enough. Today we're looking at episode 121 of Dragon Ball Super titled All Out War, the Ultimate Quadruple Merge versus Universe 7's Full Scale Attack. How was the final episode of Dragon Ball Super in 2017? Let's get right into that episode recap and find out. Without any real explanation or logic, Pepperoni just kinda jumps into the Megazord from last episode. This causes a fusion to take place, and now the final form is born. And it doesn't look like a robot at all. It kinda looks like Frieza. His name is Anilaza. Why? Why is he called Anilaza? Is there like a pun here that I'm missing or something? Okay, whatever. Anilaza shoots a blast towards Universe 11, but Jiren just blasted away himself. He is not about to let this dude interrupt their intense standing session that has gone on for, has to have been 5 episodes now. Vegeta shoots a big bang attack, and Anilaza swipes it away like a plastic bag caught in a draft. Now he goes head on and attacks the Universe 7 fighters. This is where the animation suddenly becomes a lot more fluid and stylish, and it doesn't stop pretty much for the rest of the episode. All of the Universe 7 fighters go after different body parts to try and throw off the monster, but he is easily able to keep up and just knock them away. Even Goku in his Super Saiyan God form is no trouble. 17 brings up an interesting point that Anilaza isn't hitting them all through sensing ki. Of course, we know that sensing ki wouldn't help him against the androids since you can't sense their ki specifically. Instead, it looks like his ears send out ultrasound waves that pick up movement, kind of like a dolphin in real life. It's a small thing, but I give Super crap a lot for like not explaining things, so I'm gonna give it props when they actually do take the time out like this to flesh out characters or provide logic and just especially give new characters something unique about their fighting style. Suddenly, Anilaza rips off another Dragon Ball villain, Janemba. He does the punch in the air thing where like he punches the air but his punch teleports to where the opponent is. I like it. So he knocks Goku around like a sack of potatoes, and then Frieza pops up and kicks down Goku out of nowhere. His line is so great. Pardon me, my leg seems to have slipped. I love Frieza so much. It turns out Goku was on the verge of being sent flying out of the ring, which is why Frieza jumped in there. Of course, he could have just like caught him or something, but it's Frieza, so of course he'll take the opportunity to rough up his all-time greatest opponent. In an awesome little scene, Goku dusts himself off and actually thanks Frieza for that kick, since it saved him. Only Goku can pull this off. He then throws some shade towards Frieza, saying that the kick barely even tickled him. Because just like Frieza, Goku is also willing to take a shot whenever he can at his all-time greatest opponent. He then asks Frieza if he could, actually help Universe 7. Amazingly, Frieza actually does get involved right now in the fight. Awesome. Anilaza continues to fight everyone simultaneously and manages to grab a hold of 18. It looks like he's gonna eat her. Aw, not again. Why does everyone always want to eat 18? Luckily, at the last moment, Goku saves her with his instant transmission. Anilaza starts shooting ki blasts at everyone, including 17. He puts up his patented green shield, but it's not enough to absorb all of the blasts. He's sent flying off the battlefield, but just before 17 is eliminated, 18 jumps out of the ring herself and kicks 17 back in. Juhachigo is eliminated from the Tournament of Power. She apologizes to the team for being eliminated, but then Krillin's like, "Aw, don't worry, honey. At least you lasted this long. I got eliminated in like 5 seconds. And then 18's like, "Wow, I really married this complete dork." Okay, no, she didn't say that. The Tournament of Power is now officially a sausage fest. The 5 remaining Universe 7 warriors, Gohan, Goku, Vegeta, Frieza, and 17, take on Anilaza. Anilaza grows out wings, which is like the most hacks ability in the Tournament of Power. He then goes full Kid Buu and just creates a huge energy ball that he's going to use to just throw and destroy everything. It's time for everyone to go full power. Gohan goes Mystic, Frieza goes Golden, Goku goes Blue, Vegeta goes Blue, and 17... well, we love 17. At this point, we get a wonderfully animated segment with a Ki Blast battle between Anilaza and the Universe 7 fighters. The Ultimate Battle instrumental even plays for this scene, which I thought was a nice little touch. But now comes the moment of the episode. 17 uses his shield and jumps into the blast. He manages to get through and punch Anilaza right in that glowing weak spot on his head. This animation is ridiculous. At this point, Universe 7 manages to successfully send the blast back at Anilaza, and somehow this doesn't kill him? But it does eliminate him. And with that, Universe 3 has been eliminated and erased. Nice job, guys. Way to earn that one elimination throughout the entire Tournament of Power. I'm sure you made your entire universe very, very proud. Also, Universe 7 now has 50 eliminations. Holy Christ. But kids, the time has come. Shit is about to get real. It's all come down to this. There are 2 universes remaining in the Tournament of Power. Universe 7 and Universe 11. 5 versus 3. Jiren taunts Goku, asking him how it feels to know that that was the last victory he'll ever have, and the episode comes to an end. 9 minutes remain in the Tournament of Power. The next episode preview has Super Saiyan Blue Goku taking on Jiren. It looks like the time for preserving stamina is over, and now this is the final sprint. Vegeta takes on Jiren as well, and there's even a little tease of Vegeta reaching a power he's never reached before. Oh, and also the animation looks god tier. But more on that later. Alright, now let's take a look at some overall impressions on this episode. In case my enthusiasm didn't come across during that episode recap, I loved this episode. As I've said in the past, I'm willing to look past pretty much any problem with an episode if it's animated well and gives us something cool to look at. Well, there was no shortage of great animation in this episode, that's for sure. On the whole, we have another episode that is essentially time filler until the Universe 7 versus Universe 11 showdown. It's part 2 out of 2 of the battle with Universe 3. It stands directly in the way of the fight with the characters that we really care about. So making an episode like this fun and interesting is definitely a bit of a challenge, but I think they nailed it as well as they could. The episode's premise is simple and also really predictable. Good guys gotta beat up the big bad guy, a big bad guy who I'm sure will be showing up in video games for years to come. But anyways, how do you make an episode like this interesting? Well, step 1. Make it look badass. Check. Step 2. Give someone who isn't Goku the spotlight. Boom. Done. They did it, and they nailed it. 17 was definitely the star of this episode, and he kicked ass. There's not really much more to say. Just watch the episode and enjoy. I think this is an episode that not only will have like 17 fans constantly come back and watch, but it's also an episode that will create new fans of the character. In my opinion, this is definitely one of 17's finest moments. This episode also ends on a super high note. With all of the Jobber universes finally out of the way, it is time for the much anticipated final showdown to begin. I've been critical in the past about how I feel like they've kind of fumbled on building anticipation for this showdown, how they could have done more to make some of the characters like Toppo, Dispo, and even Frieza feel more important and more relevant going into these final episodes of the tournament. But despite all of that, which is still valid, when Jiren stepped up to the final 5 members of Universe 7, It had that big fight feel. The hype is in the air and it is electric. Then we get the cherry on top, which is the unbelievable preview for episode 122. Vegeta is going to take on Jiren, which is about as exciting a matchup as we're going to see, probably. But more importantly, episode 122 is going to be animated by this man, Yuya Takahashi. You may remember Takahashi from episode 114, where he made his debut as animation supervisor for Dragon Ball Super. And episode 114 was legitimately one of the best looking episodes of Dragon Ball ever. This dude captures that 90s Dragon Ball style better than maybe anyone on Earth, and he's back for 122. Basically what I'm trying to say is my hype is through the roof for 122. Like through the roof. It is going to be awesome. Unfortunately, there will not be an episode of Super next week since it is New Year's Eve. So we'll have to wait until January 7th for Takahashi the God to grace us with his presence. But I do think it will be well worth the wait. So episode 121 is an easy 4 to 5 for me. It looked great from top to bottom. 17 got to shine big time. We got an awesome, funny, but also tense Frieza and Goku interaction, which always just makes me giddy. And finally, it was capped off with a super hype ending and next episode preview. It doesn't get much better than this, kids. That is one hell of a way to wrap up 2017 with this episode of Dragon Ball Super. So that's about all for today. Oh, no it's not. No it's not. Not today. As I mentioned before, Dragon Ball Super is on break next week. So what am I gonna do with my life? Make videos about something else? Spend time with my family? Leave the house? Come on. I need to make videos about this Japanese children's cartoon. Dragon Ball gives me life. With the release of the Jump Festa trailer for Dragon Ball FighterZ, which is legitimately one of the greatest video game trailers of all time, I couldn't help but feel not only excited, but nostalgic for the Dragon Ball franchise as a whole. Seeing some of these all-time great moments over the last 30 years reproduced in this stunning FighterZ engine is like a dream come true. I never thought video games could look this good and this close to an animated show, so it got me thinking. With the release of Dragon Ball FighterZ on January 26th, here at Strong Style Gaming Network, we need to do things right. We need to release some videos that do this game justice and get all of you, the viewers, sufficiently excited and ready for what this game is going to offer us. So, starting January 1st, 2018, right here on the channel, I'll be releasing the first in a 25 video series, leading right up to the launch of Dragon Ball FighterZ. Strong Style Gaming Network presents the top 25 greatest moments in Dragon Ball history. Yes, in history. Dragon Ball, Z, GT, movies, it's all fair game. The dub, the sub, or maybe the Malaysian dub, whatever. Any language is fair game as well.
Kakarot, you must come back to the Saiyan people.
I'm not Kakarot. I'm Son Goku.
This will be my ultimate tribute to the Dragon Ball franchise as a whole, and the perfect way to prepare for the launch of Dragon Ball FighterZ, which itself seems like the ultimate tribute to the Dragon Ball franchise as a whole. So hit that subscribe button and join me for what promises to be a fun journey through the history of Dragon Ball. Again, the top 25 greatest moments in Dragon Ball history. Starting January 1st, a new video here on the channel every day leading up to the launch of Dragon Ball FighterZ on January 26th. Thanks so much again for watching, everyone. Happy holidays, and take care.